They say that in the darkest corners of our world, there exists things that science cannot explain. Unexplained forests, strange creatures, and myths that linger in our minds. Today I want to share with you a terrifying myth that has been passed down through generations and is known as the Shadow Beast. It is said that deep within an ancient and forgotten jungle, in a place where time seems to stand still, there is a being that lurks in the depths of the primeval woods. It is a creature without eyes, yet it sees all. It is a presence without hunger, yet it waits patiently. And it is a force without steps, yet it follows those who dare to enter its domain. The very air grows heavy with anticipation, and the trees themselves seem to whisper warnings in the wind. Long ago, in a time shrouded in mystery, there existed a tribe of people known as the Aitu. They lived deep within the emerald embrace of the jungle, far from the prying eyes of the modern world. This tribe had never seen the face of the Shadow Beast, yet they felt its presence like a phantom limb. They called it the Karaharu, meaning he who breathes beneath the leaves. The Ignoru believed that the Kariharu was a creature of immense power and wisdom, a being that transcended the boundaries of their understanding. They saw it as a guardian of the forest, a silent observer of their every move. But the Kariharu was not a benevolent spirit. It was a force to be reckoned with, a bringer of both justice and retribution. According to their beliefs, whenever a member of the tribe strayed from the path of righteousness, whenever someone lied, stole, or broke the sacred vows that bound them to their community, the Kariharu would come for them. The punishment was not death, which was too easy, too merciful. The Kariharu would take something far more precious, far more essential, their very existence. The guilty would vanish without a trace, their bodies disappearing into the dense foliage, their names being erased from the tribe's memory, their faces forgotten in the eyes of their own mothers. It was as if they had never been, leaving behind a haunting silence that echoed the emptiness of their absence. As the years went by, the tales of the Kariharu grew, becoming a chilling reminder of the consequences of their actions. Explorers who ventured into the same forest reported seeing eerie shapes moving in the shadows of the trees. Their cameras failed to capture any images, and their sound devices were met with an unnatural silence in certain areas. It was as if the forest itself was hiding something, repelling those who dared to disturb its secrets. Some scientists dismissed these accounts as mere coincidences or the product of overactive imaginations. However, others, those who had witnessed the never returned from their expeditions, leaving behind a legacy of fear and speculation. Legends tell of game trails that mysteriously disappear into patches of forest that seem untouched and empty. Local villagers claim that animals avoid certain parts of the woods, as if instinctively aware of some unseen danger. Could there be something lurking in the depth of this ancient forest? Or are these stories merely figments of our collective imagination? You decide in the comments below. But perhaps the most unsettling aspect of the Shadow Beast is the idea that it serves as a metaphor, a mirror reflecting the darkness that resides within us. Every human carries a shadow, a representation of their hidden self, their repressed emotions, and buried memories. Normally, these shadows lurk behind us, but when confronted with the darkness within, they can consume us, turning our world upside down. The Shadow Beast becomes a manifestation of our deepest fears and regrets, a tangible representation of the guilt we carry in our hearts. So the next time you find yourself lost in the silence of the woods, surrounded by towering trees that seem to whisper secrets, remember the tale of the Shadow Beast. Listen closely to the sounds around you, and be aware of the darkness that may be creeping closer than you think. Because if your shadow begins to move, and it always moves just before you do, then you are not truly alone. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the realm of the unknown. If you enjoyed this story and want to continue exploring the unexplained, subscribe for more tales of mystery and intrigue.